Hello everybody, this is Purge bringing you guys another best of 3. This is the finals of the Alienware Arena. We've been working towards this moment for 2 months. The two teams we're going to be watching is Fnatic North America and Team Dignitas. Two professional level teams, both full of very talented players. Now, Dignitas is a team I'm much more familiar with here. We've got Tides of Dota. It's going to be Tides of Time. We've got Fogged, AY 2000 Snake King, and Way Too Sexy. That's the 5 core members of Dignitas. They haven't always played as 5 in the previous Alienware Arena matches, but this is their full roster. Fnatic also pulling their full roster. Waitbeard, Derp, Smurf, Rolo, and Tobacco. I actually don't know that much about Fnatic North America. I think they're a fairly new team, I believe, recently sponsored. I think there were some chances of Fnatic sponsoring another team or two that I knew about, but yeah, mostly Dignitas is going to be the favorite here. Fnatic recently won a tournament. I can't remember what it was, though, and it might have been the Euro one, so I might be wrong. I think it was the Euro Fnatic. There's a EU Fnatic as well as a North American one. So first round bans, we see a Bounty Hunter as well as the Templar Assassin. Magnus is going to follow this up. We still have a Batrider in the pool, and Batrider is going to be the bans. That means first pick is... who is the hero that is left over that I'm completely forgetting? Possible Jakiro, maybe. Probably, we'll see Jakiro most likely picked up by Dignitas, I believe. Most likely going to be Dignitas. You don't usually want to first pick a Jakiro, but follow-up picks of that is definitely a possibility. Who is the mystery hero I'm forgetting? I cannot remember. Dang it. Those 4 are pretty common, though. Magnus really overpowered right now. His ulti goes right through Magic Immunity. It's pretty easy to land. Skewer is really good, super long range on that skill. And Nyx Assassin is actually the first pick. So apparently Fnatic is on top of the new meta, and that is Nyx Assassin's support, actually. His Spiked Carapace is great for reflecting a lot of damage in teamfights and stunning the enemy team. He can initiate semi-properly. His stun is also fantastic, so that all works out nicely. And Dignitas now get their picks, so will they grab Jakiro +1? Will it be a Sven? I've seen them carrying a Sven before, works out pretty nice. Or will it be something completely different? 2 picks for them now. Not really sure if they have any kind of flavor heroes that they pick regularly or not. I do know that a couple of their players have some signatures, but I really am not quite sure where they're going to go. I haven't casted one of their games in a couple weeks, so at least 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. And the last time I casted them, I believe, was against a bunch of amateur teams. It was for Alienware Arena. They're going to grab a Wisp and a Bane. Really weird picks off to start things. This may signal a Wisp Sven, is my guess. Possibly a Wisp Tiny. I'm not so sure how much they play Tiny, but with Bane picked up, we'll see. Great disables, ulti, Nightmare. I don't know if we'll see Enfeeble. Might be a support Bane. But this opens their options a lot and doesn't really force them into anything too much. Now, they're forced into a melee carry. That's one thing. But that leaves either Chaos Knight or they could do Sven. They'll most likely pick them up as their 3rd pick because otherwise Fnatic can just target ban any hero that goes well with Wisp, which is not that many. There's a lot of heroes that it'll work fine with, but there's not a lot of heroes where it'll be like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Global ganking power kind of a thing. So Wisp Tiny or Wisp Chaos Knight are the more likely, or Sven, of course. One of those 3, probably the most common. The most common with Wisp at the moment. Now Fnatic gets to respond. They're already going to be a little perplexed probably because of the Bane pick. It's a hero that has been seen buff after buff after buff, but is kind of like an occasional rare pick right now. Nyx has great disables, though. Bane's going to have some trouble against him in the late game. Nyx also has a lot of burst damage that causes some problems for Wisp as well, so I think he might be worried. Jakiro's the pickup and a Naga Siren, so Naga Siren with great disables. The ulti can put everybody to sleep. Tiny is going to be the pick, though, so Dignitas for sure committing to a Tiny Wisp combo. Keep in mind, this is for the finals, so each team is guaranteed $500. A winner takes home $1K. Playing for some good money here. But Jakiro, Nyx, and Naga Siren, great disables to start things off. Now, Naga can set up her ulti pretty well. Use her ulti, follow up with Jakiro, something like Macropyre, and disables following this up. This most likely what they're going to be going for. Queen of Pain's the next ban by Fnatic. They have not picked up a mid hero yet. They might do a dual mid. There's the hero that I completely forgot about. 2 of them, Darkseer and Undyne. You guys are already in that chat, but I don't know how I forgot them. Sorry. Both of those heroes not actually drafted here. Darkseer making it all the way to the 2nd round of bans, And so it's an Undying and Darkseer are the two that we should have seen, but were not actually drafted. Both teams unwilling to use the heroes. Invoker is going to be the next ban by Fnatic. Their heroes are fairly mana dependent, so I could see EMP being kind of a problem against them, but two more bans from Dignitas, one from Fnatic. Fnatic is got a carry, they have a support, and they have a second support, possibly a mid. We could see Nyx mid, actually. Versus the Bane, I think we could see that work effectively, honestly. He can't spam Enfeeble because you can drain his mana with Mana Burn. Bane is an int hero. Those int gain is actually not that good. I believe his stats are equivalent gain, unless I'm mistaken. At the very least, they start off at 0, 0, 0. I'm probably wrong about that. Let me pull that up because I want to confirm that I'm not spreading misinformation. PlayDota.com/heroes is the best website on the internet. And if I find Bane in his old icon, which I'm having trouble locating. Bane, where are you at? What do you look like? Gosh, I forgot. I'm sure I've looked at the icon like 4 times now and I still can't see it. There it is. Oh my gosh. Let's check out his stat gain here. Yeah, it is the same. He starts off with the same stats and he gets the same stats every level. 2.1 to all stats. Strength, agility, and intelligence. I think he might be the only hero that does that. It's pretty weird, but if you increase his mana pool too much, he's a little too good early on, so I think he's fine the way it is. Final bans are going to be a Darkseer, a Clinks, and a Windrunner. So all the long lane heroes are banned. This means that neither team actually has very good long lanes. Sometimes we see a Nyx in a long lane setup, but not sure if we'll see that here. Second round ban, Fnatic gets to start off first. They have a carry and a support. Could get a mid hero or a long lane. Unless they put Nyx in either one of those. He's kind of flexible as a hero, which is kind of nice. They're going to grab a Brewmaster, so I'm expecting to see probably dual lanes. They could do Bruce solo. I don't know if it'll work out so hot against Bane if that's the case. I think actually I really do think their best option is putting Nyx versus putting him mid. Now, once again, I don't know if Bane's going mid, so it's pretty confusing. And this is the best thing about the drafting. If you can't easily predict their lanes, it works out the best. I mean, because you can't just like easily counter push or counter pick their stuff. You don't know what Dignitas is putting mid. Is it going to be a Tiny? Are they going to put a Wisp Tiny mid? Are they going to put Bane mid? You don't know. So it makes Fnatic kind of in a weird spot. They can tri-lane with Jakiro, Naga, Nyx. Not a very good tri-lane. They can tri-lane with Brewmaster, Jakiro, Nyx. They could just do dual lanes, Naga, Jakiro maybe, and a Nyx Brewmaster. But that's a lot of melee heroes, and that's one of the limitations of Nyx as a hero. He can't harass the solo. But he can actually drain the crap out of their mana. So in some ways, he's better than a ranged hero. Next pick from Dignitas in a second. How will they react to this? There's great team fight from Fnatic. I think they definitely need some team fight themselves. They'll grab a Beastmaster, which will give them a nice stun. Great hero to have against Brewmaster. You can disable him for long periods of time. Bane as well, actually. That's one really good thing that Dignitas has going for them, especially with the Brewmaster pickup. And it's a Luna, so I guess we're seeing a support Brew. Really interesting hero picks. They have great team fight, though. Really, really good team fight from Fnatic. Dignitas is a lot more gank-oriented. I really like Fnatic's picks a lot better here. I think that their heroes look much, much stronger. They do have a lot of melee. They don't have very much range. 3 melee heroes and a Luna. Maybe Dignitas should... They've got a long Brew, or Beastmaster, sorry. They've got a tiny Wisp lane. They have a possible solo Bane. And maybe another semi-carry, perhaps? I mean, I think this is actually going to be a Naga support, I think. I would maybe rather see Brewmaster farm more of a Naga Siren. I don't know. It could be Naga support, though. Entirely possible, because the Luna is obviously farming. I think we're gonna see a tri-lane out of Fnatic, especially because they have a Wisp Tiny. Tri-lane versus a Tiny is the best way to shut them down. It's going to be a Puck, so Puck is going to be the hero to play, or the hero to watch for Dignitas. Can make a lot of plays. Silence against Brewmaster is fabulous. Naga Siren Luna as well. This silence is going to be absolutely core here and absolutely crucial. Fogged is going to be playing the Puck. AUI and Tiny, way too sexy playing Bane, and Snake King is doing Beastmaster. So, once again, I don't know a whole lot about Fnatic. I haven't casted their North American team very often, but heard some good things. And I love their picks. I think they have a lot of really strong heroes. Can they coordinate them together is the question. I mean, setting up a Luna ulti should be pretty easy now. Just put the Naga Siren ulti on, set up a Brewmaster Jakiro with an Ice Path as well. You can end the Naga ulti out of an Ice Path, and they are stunned immediately, so that's probably what they're going to do. And then set up some Nyx stuns as well. I mean, their setup is fantastic, and their team fight is so good. Early game is not bad either. With Jakiro, Nyx Assassin, Brewmaster, once he hits 6, is happy as a clam. And we're into the game, so let's see who's going to take the first game. Fnatic. For the Radiant team, we've got Whitebeard on the Brewmaster. Smurf playing Nagasar. We've got Tobacco playing Luna, Derp playing Nyx Assassin, and Rolo playing Jakiro. If you guys like their play, go follow them on Twitter. You can see a couple of their Twitters. Smurf here. Tobacco. Anyone else? I don't see him. For the Dire team, this is Team Dignitas. We've got Snake King playing Beastmaster AY 2000 on the Tiny. Tides is going to be playing Wisp. We've got Fogged on the Puck. And Way Too Sexy swearing up a storm playing Bane. Bam. Twitter all over the place. So it looks like they used axes to clear out the trees. This is something we haven't seen in a while, but is very, very good to do. If you're doing a long lane solo, you run down there, you kill the trees with your axes, and you run back to heal. So now, as he's long laning, he can always see this area over here, and that's where things get scary. If you're staying in this location, you have a bunch of trees blocking you, then you don't know if the supports are swinging around. So it looks like they're putting Tiny on the long lane with a Wisp. They're actually going to catch somebody. It's going to be Way Too Sexy running for his life. 5-man aggression in the Radiant jungle. Sorry about that misclick there. And Puck on safe lane. They're expecting the tri lane to be there, so they're putting Puck safe lane because they know that the tri lane's trying to go towards the Wisp Tiny. This is actually really good for Dignitas because Puck is unlikely to die. I believe, I don't know if you can
The battle begins.
Movement or blinking. I don't think you can use orb. I think you can actually orb through the net, but you cannot phase shift, I think, is what's going to happen. So tri-lane versus Puck is very good for Dignitas. Mid lane is going to be a dual lane of a Bane Beastmaster? Really? Huh. And then Wisp Tiny for the long lane versus a solo Luna. This is really, really good lanes for Dignitas. They predicted these quite well. I think that I don't know if the Bane's just going to roam for runes or what, but it looks like he's actually shifting bottom. And with the dual lane here, they should be able to at least out-harass the Luna. Puck has a ranged advantage. He's got to be he's got to be worried about burst damage. Tiny has tons of burst damage. So I think these lane setups are looking pretty good for Dignitas. So right off the bat, Brewmaster taking a lot of damage on the mid lane. We even see a sentry here from the Dire team. They were a little worried about an Observer Ward. And actually Nyx with an Invis Rune is looking to maybe gank with Rolo coming as well. We could see a pretty easy kill. Clap is on cooldown for 6 seconds, and he needs to start going in. Well, Snake King reacting time, 2 seconds left on the clap, and he is so in trouble. Here's the first stun. Snake King running for his life. There's the Ice Path slow as well. They didn't stack those quite perfectly, but as long as Whitebeard just blocks this, that's an easy kill. And yeah, they're gonna grab it. Jakiro with the first blood. Great gank on the mid lane. There's a chase, and yes, they grab him. On the bot lane, they're trading. Beastmaster for a Luna, do that any day of the week. That was a Nightmare into probably a toss combo here. Yeah, Avalanche. One skill was used, not sure which. Probably just Avalanche here. Does a little more damage at level 1 unless you toss the actual hero. And now they're shifting. Now it's going to be a tri-lane with Luna. So Luna, Jakiro with a Nyx Assassin tri-lane. This is actually a pretty solid tri-lane. They don't have a lot of range is the main issue. They're only sitting at about medium range. And 1 TP, that's going to be Tiny. And now they've shifted as well. So now Tiny shifts to the top lane. They don't want to be in that tri-lane instead. We might see Fogged actually TP for this one. Doesn't really have a whole lot of money. And at the moment, it's just way too sexy solo. So I guess Dignitas wants the lane setup to shift. They're not okay with Luna being covered, with a Tiny being in the lane. They want Tiny to have free farm, so he's going to do that as best as he can on the top lane, I guess. Wisp snags a haste. There's a tether. That's going to give Snake King some time, actually. Looking to do a tether stun, but Whitebeard's going to run out of mana. There's the axes, which will miss, actually. And, yeah. There's the salve. Going to heal him back up. He was really close to dying there. Tide shifting top. I believe Fogged will shift all the way down, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. Axe is being used again. Just still 1 death on Snake King now. There's the Golden Roshan Courier. A lot of Dignitas, I believe, was part of some of... this is Tides, actually. I believe. I remember seeing his tweet that he got one, so I believe this is Tides of Time. Yep. Roshan Cycle 5. Those things are valuable. People want those, man. There's the gank going top, actually. This is Tether. AY taking some damage. Looks like he has used Avalanche. Trying to stay alive here. Clarity Potion used on a Wisp. He's going to tether himself to AUI to get his mana regen up. Need a pause from Derp Derp. Check out some last hits while waiting. Highest in the game is actually 13 on Snaking on the mid lane. He's doing pretty well. 12 on Luna at the moment. 11 on AUA 2000. And 10 on the Naga Siren. So Naga Siren is farming Quelling Blade as well as the Stout Shield. So their tri-lane is still sitting here. Jakiro, Nyx Assassin, and a Naga. Mid is the Brewmaster versus Beastmaster. It's going to be the reconnect from Tobacco. 12 last hits for him, 1 death. And now Fogged is down here. Now, I don't think they can get a kill with these two heroes. Especially, they're going to want Puck to have solo EXP. And actually, having Bane have some solo EXP is also very beneficial usually, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that. They'll probably just put Fogged on some solo EXP. He's going to try to outlane this Luna. He's going to have to be a little careful. I think he's going to get, at least by, if she ends up finishing a Basilius, if that's what she aims for, I think he might have some trouble. But maybe they'll just sit both heroes here and just kind of contest his farm at least. Because they'll have equivalent range, 400 range from Bane. Luna's at 330, and with a Puck with 600, I mean, this is actually effective. Even if they do split EXP evenly, they should be able to out-harass her and prevent her from getting a lot of last hits. So I'm expecting to see. Solid denies from Snaking. Courier sitting high ground. Whitebeard is waiting for his moment where he can use the clap, and there it is. Transfers the bottle. That's going to send back, and at the 4-minute mark, he's going to try to contest a rune. Actually, you see way too sexy trading hits. Level 2 Brain Sap is definitely the time to do that. He doesn't care if he doesn't trade efficiently, because eventually he can sap out 160. Small pull coming from Tides. He's actually stacking this first. So we'll be stacking. It's going to take some tower damage, actually. He doesn't want it to do so. And there we go, small camp stacked up. You can now pull this. It's a little harder to pull than it was in the past, but with the movement speed creep, actually, it's a little easier. There's a bottle being transferred. Oh, he doesn't get it, actually. Not quite as easy to pull as it was in the past, so he's going to mess up the small camp. He did stack it, though, at least. But AUI is completely out of mana at the moment. Whose bottle was that? Is that still in Tides? It is, actually. He's bringing this all the way to AU 2000. This is Beastmaster's... Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is actually... It's AUI's bottle, I believe. I might be incorrect about this. Tobacco not getting a whole lot of last hits. Fogged is, though. 13 last hits for him. Bane with boots up, so he'll be happy to trade. 4 tangos left over for Luna, and here comes more trading. Once again, happy to do this. Only gets so many hits in. But this forces them out of EXP range. Every time a creep dies like this, no EXP for Luna. So Puck will get the advantage there. And Tides, is he jungling? No, he's stacking it again. He did stack the wave again. I don't think AOI is having a good time, though. Go see a tether. Oh, I love this. Bottle plus tether is so amazing. Gives him a lot there. Great avalanche, actually. Does a lot of damage to Naga Siren. And he's going to pop it again, so that was really good for Tiny. Really beneficial. One of those items we don't see very often on Wisp, but can really make a big difference. Because any regen that Wisp gets while he's tethered ends up healing the other guys. Well, he has already used Brain Sap here, so Luna's going to be fine. Tranquil Boots as well as Tango, so his regen is going to be okay at this point. But Fogg's still getting last hits. Most likely going for Phase Boots next. He has the Blades of Attack. Courier sitting mid. We'll bottle transfer this shortly. 2 axes, 2 levels of call, and 1 of Inner Beast, actually. It's early 18 attack speed, which is pretty significant. It's going to apply to his boar. It's going to apply to his whole team. Very good for a Tiny ally. Actually, it's one cool thing. Beastmaster plus Tiny. They might dive this, and they will actually. Almost a nightmare, but there's the TP supports. Jakir actually 1 nuke on him. I don't think they'll grab this. Ice Path is not going to reach. Yeah, he's going to get away. So Bane's going to be completely fine here, hitting level 4. A little low in HP, but he can Brain Sap a creep. He's got to be careful, though. And AUI still trying to get as many last hits as possible. But actually, it's Naga Siren doing the best right now. So Naga's got to be pretty happy with this. Tides was hoping to grab a rune, but it was actually bottom. Was it Beastmaster that picked it up? What did we see? Yeah, Beastmaster activated the regen, so he must have gotten the 6-minute. I think this is his bottle, actually. Did they snake this with the courier? I'm not quite sure. AUI getting some items transferred. That was his magic stick. There's a stun on him. He's in some trouble. There's the tether. Gives him a second. Spirit's being used, just in case. We see somebody dying. This is Puck actually dying bot lane. Kill on Puck. He had Phase Boots, and that was it. And where was he? He was actually juking a little bit. Snaking still grabbing farm, but up to 1100 gold. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not really sure what he's going to buy with his early gold. He's got the bottle. Will he go Boots upgrade? Will he start towards an Echo 3? I'm not really sure what he'll opt for this game. Tiny level 5 still isn't getting a whole lot of farm, and Nyx actually might start roaming. No Boots on this guy yet. 1 assist. Rune in a minute, and the gank's coming top. It's going to be on Bane. Bane's coming first. Going to start things off with a brain sap pretty soon here. AUI is ready to do the avalanche, but they're waiting. There's the net. Here comes the avalanche. It's going to land a lot of spirit damage, and the brain sap gets the kill. Jakir in the meantime has killed Beastmaster. That was on the mid lane. Panda splits off. Helps out with that one. And he did buy a Belt of Giant Strength as well as a TP scroll. So I believe he is going for... it's going to be either Treads or a Necro 3. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Puck's last hitting is amazing now, by the way. Got 5 base damage increase, plus with phase boots on top of that. He's actually hitting a little harder than Luna is, which is pretty unexpected. Usually Luna is the king of last hitting. Almost a net. It is going to be a net, actually. Stun lands as well, stacking their disables a little bit. And he's almost mana draining, but he was so low, he's like, eh. So slight misplay there, but it was fine. It was really just harass. And Arcane Boots up on Naga means they can do that very often, actually. Some fighting bottom, actually, and it was a gank from Snake King. Roar as well as an Axes. Pretty easy kill there. And ulti wasn't even used by Puck, so nice gank by Snake King. That damage really pays off. AUI wants to make something happen. He's got enough for an Avalanche, just has the one first. There's the Avalanche as well as the Fiend's Grip. Pretty easy kill on Nyx. Good thing he didn't use Carapace, though. Could have reflected the Fiend's Grip pretty easily. Ooh, he's in trouble. Net. A little bit of Riptide, Dual Breath as well. Some spirit damage. Great toss, actually. It's going to initiate the stun. Good blocking so far from Tides. Another Tether stun. And now Rolo says, well, I'm probably going to die. I just want to juke as long as possible. Another Tether stun. They're seeing Feeble. Going to reduce the damage. Avalanche will get the kill on Rolo. We have a net on AUI. There's the great Eclipse from Tobacco. Another nuke on Way Too Sexy, but he's going to run for his life. Oh, there's the ulti. Great play there. And that's going to guarantee this kill. That was a really smart play. I thought they weren't going to get that, and there he gets it for sure. Good usage.
With the fishes.
Tether to the Scout Hawk. That's pretty cute. Tide's running for his life. Just boots in a bottle. This is AY 2000's bottle, by the way. Does he have one as well? No, he does not. It is his bottle, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I'm
attack.
a little worried for Snake King at the moment. He did go Tread, so attack speed is his option. Tread switching as well. Very, very good with bottle. You can really make your mana go a lot farther. Fogged in the meantime is just right-clicking this tower. Armor is on. Does a lot of damage. It's going to be Brewmaster actually showing up. Doesn't have any mana, though, so immediately gets his Clarity Potion interrupted. Fogged knows that he's low mana. His ulti's on cooldown for 30 seconds, and they might be able to Fiend's Grip this. I think they could get this kill. His HP is good, though. 900 HP on this guy. I'm not sure why he's not using his bottle, though. I mean, get your mana up, man. And there's the bottle, and here comes the Fiend's Grip. No, 5-second cooldown. He might know he's in trouble, though. Will he use the bottle? 20 seconds left. It's going to be a TP, and it's going to be Luna, actually. There's the nighttime, or I'm sorry, the Nightmare. And here comes Fiend's Grip being used, and he's showing up, trying to get the nuke off. He does get the nuke off. Great play. Fogged throws down an ulti as well. Can they get the damage? He's so low. There's the silence. Buys him a second. Will it be too much? Oh my god, Panda's going to live. Maybe. Nope, he does die. But regardless, great plays. Fogs can phase this one hit. And that's it for him. He's got to run all the way. He's looking to juke, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Yeah, he does get killed. He knew he actually maybe could have made that. Ice Path could have caught him, but he thought for sure Luna had a nuke. She didn't, actually. And he ends up trying to juke it. Small mistake from him. What he was trying to do is juke in here and then wait till phase come off cooldown and then run out. But it wasn't going to work. There's the ulti coming in. AUI throws the stun. Great toss. Puts her low, but she's still alive. Regardless, Brain Sap gets the kill. So that's going to be Luna going down. 7-9 at the moment. Little axe damage on the Naga Siren. If you look at the gold graph, it's a pretty darn equal game. EXP as well as gold are negligible right now. Pretty equal both sides. Beastmaster still getting last hits. There's a net on him. He's in some trouble. Wand is pressed, but no mana. There's the clap. Puts the board down. It's going to spread the damage out on both of them. Doing a great job here. But Snake King's got to run for his life. He does have a regen, so here comes the pop. And no loss for him at all, actually. That started things off pretty well. Will he fight this? He actually loses some regen. Big mistake. Oh my god, is Snake King going to die from this? Big mistake. He's got to roar, but there's the net. Snake King making a huge mistake. He had 100% survivability mid, but he went back in. He was trying to pressure on top of the Naga Siren, but he threw it away. He lost about 200 HP from regen and then just got picked off by the Brewmaster. Whitebeard is going to be like, okay, I'll take that kill. And it happened. There's the orb. Fiend's Grip again. A lot of damage on Luna. Will it be enough, though? There's the Brain Sap and a great silence. I love that. Nice play. Bane's going to take some nukes, Arcane Boots, and the Nightmare actually blocking him out as the last hit goes to the Dire team. So that worked out great for them. TP coming. It's going to be a long TP. Naga Siren almost thrown the net. Will she ulti it? She could ulti this. There's the ulti. Grabs both. A lot of heroes showing up. Panda as well. This looks really bad for all of these heroes. Bane's going to die for sure. Oh, that ice path was so good. Regardless, Fog is going to get caught. AOI 2000 looking for an avalanche toss. He's getting healed slightly by the bottle. Out of Tides, that's going to buy him some time. He's still alive, but another ice path is going to guarantee his death. Riptide snags it. And Wisp goes home. Great ice path from Jakiro. Great team fight from Fnatic, and their wave's going to be pushed. Whitebeard bottling up once again. Tier 1 tower. May be killed. Looking for net. There's the net. They catch Snaking. Will they fall up? No, they don't. A little too far reach. No liquid fire just yet for the rest of Fnatic, but Tier 1 tower is looking low, and Feeble has been used. Level 2. It's on top of the Panda. Minus 60 damage, actually. And he's got a Nightmare 1. Jakiro gets caught. There's the stun. He's going to die immediately. Great Roar actually going to buy him a second. Will he survive? Brain Sap is going to keep alive. Avalanche is used, and Panda goes down. Immediately after his ulti being used. Great ice path. I don't think they have a way to catch up. Jakiro TP's out. Great ice path once again. How many times do I have to say that? Rolo's just been on point. There's the toss. And an Axis. That's going to be a kill, I think. Needs one more hit, and he goes in Biz, actually. Do they spot him? There's the Sentry, and he will survive unless we see Uber skill shot Axes from Beastmaster. Orb. Ooh. Not going to grab it. Luna has Eclipse, though. Got to be careful. Beastmaster is going mech this game, by the way. With Bane at level 8, he is contributing quite a bit. Would love to have some more HP, I'm sure, but right now his disables are fabulous. Fiend's Grip is really good. If you're not getting disabled, man, it's so good. Treads is actually the choice for Tiny. A little different than we normally see out of Tiny builds right now, but may just be going Treads Aghanims. Can skip the phase Yasha this way, perhaps. Doesn't even have a drum either. But I guess regardless, he's got a Wisp. His attack speed is really good. It's really good. And I love the bottle once again. AOI 2000 bought the bottle, transferred it to the Wisp, and now he's going for Aghanims. So now the cool thing about this is that it gives a regen item to Wisp while also giving it to himself, because I mean he can literally just use overcharge constantly and just pop the bottle to heal himself up. And this heal also applies to AOI. So Roshan gets killed. Radiant team's not going to show up. Beastmaster grabs the Aegis. Mid tower, no deny there. Fog thinking about ulting. He's going to ulti one. Luna might be in trouble, but a great ice path's going to hold things off again. Some damage. There's the Fiend's Grip. Roar as well. A little overkill from Snaking, but that's a dead hero. Dead enemy carry. And I didn't think that Puck ulti was going to pay off, but it totally did there. He used everything on that. Fiend's Grip, Roar, as well as Puck ulti, and they just let him die. Radiant team was like, well, have fun, man. We'll lose you for a tower. So bot lane pushed a bit. More X is being used. They're actually, did they see? Oh, they might see him. There's the sentry on the ground. Will he run into it though? They've got to play dumb. They saw him, but he hasn't gone in melee range just yet. They don't have a roar. That's cool. And there's a nightmare. Tide's being careful. There's the yeah, that's pretty hard to stop. They probably had to break that with a stun, and they couldn't do it. I think they actually whiffed the Puck silence. I think it ran out a little too fast. Only level 4. Only 4 seconds, sorry. So that's why they did not get that kill. Snaking taking some serious creep damage. TP is coming top, actually. Oh, wow. Naga ulti this. This is not looking good for them. Ice Path, Macro Pyre. Oh, my God. Man, that was good coordination. Not good for them. Fnatic perfectly coordinated on that. I love the Nyx. The Nyx plus the Jakiro and the Naga is so good, because they can stun every single one of them. They start off with the Ice Path. As soon as Ice Path runs out, they follow up with an Impale. And we're talking like 5 seconds of stun there. And there's no chance they could win that, especially with Eclipse up. Throw the Eclipse on top of that. They have the damage. They have the disable. Very, very easy kills. That was really fun. Very smart from Fnatic, and that's literally what's winning them the game right now, especially with the Naga ulti. You could just stop any initiation. This is the triple stack small camp, by the way, that Wisp made earlier. All that going to Brewmaster now. He's going to leave 1 creep so that whoever farms this later is going to have a tough time. So, Fnatic definitely outplaying Dignitas in the meantime. Aegis is still on Brewmaster, but I mean, they're getting behind 13-12. Goldgraph is probably in their favor now, and actually, it is going to jump back up. It was in Dignitas' favor, now looking okay for Fnatic. EXP is going to level off as well. So, AOI still farming top. Aghanim's is his choice, 800 gold to go. It's a Blink Dagger now for Fogged, actually. Like the Bracer pickup. Needs a little extra HP, and he's going to pull this wave in. So, only 1 or 2 towers missing for Fnatic. So Dignitas is probably not too happy with the way things are going right now. They're breaking pretty even. Some counter warding, at least. Way too sexy will be fine if he could ever hit this ward. He is going to get it. And a disconnect from Luna, actually. Some mana problems going on. It's 1 dead Wildkin. Not really sure what Brewmaster's going to get. I'm surprised he's not doing better. 3 deaths on him. He did a good job earlier, but 3 deaths, 7 assists. I think he won his lane. I mean, look at his last hits. He's actually second to the highest in last hits. Whitebeard's been doing great. Now, of course, he did get that 1 free kill against the Brewmaster, but I'm surprised he doesn't have better items. Opting for Treads. He's got a lot of stat levels, by the way. Keep that in mind. Only 1 Drunken Brawler, only 1 Drunken Haze, so he's opting for more mana and more stats all around. He's doing this because otherwise he wouldn't have enough mana for Panda Split or Clap Harass. He's got a bottle, but since he went Treads instead of Arcane, he definitely needs some more mana pool. So opts for bottle, stats. It's a slightly different build. He doesn't really need that much evasion right now either, because if you look at the heroes that Dignitas is working with, I mean, they're mostly dealing with Magic Burst right now. So I kind of like his choice. It gives him more DPS options, basically. It's kind of fun. Luna will reconnect now, and looks like they're ready to go. He is not in RC yet. Now they're going to pressure this tier 1 tower now. We'll see if Fnatic goes to defend it. If they do, Puck's going to be able to initiate. And look at Fogg's positioning right now. If we look at the vision of the Radiant team, they don't know he's here. He's doing this on purpose. If he shows, they say, okay, there's a Puck there. Maybe we shouldn't defend it. But if anybody shows up and says, oh yeah, I can take a Wisp Tiny, and then all of a sudden Puck blinks in and ulties, man, somebody's going to get caught. Do they have TP scrolls even? No TP for Brewmaster. Luna does have one, and yeah, Nagasarin's in no state to fight, so I think that tower's going to go for sure. I don't think they can defend that. Even Nyx showing up would be his death as well, unless they don't have a sentry, in which case they would be fine. And they do have sentries, so they should be okay. Luna's going to disconnect again, so he's having some internet trouble, unfortunately. So I think this tier 1's going to fall pretty easily for Dignitas. Dignitas will take it. Fnatic is getting towards some serious items though. Double Blade on Naga. I love this build, by the way. Arcane Boots, Vitality Booster. I kind of wish she had a Vanguard finish first, but she wants to go Diffusal initially. This is part of the reason that her HP is so low, of course, because she doesn't have a Vanguard. She doesn't have any passive regen, but once she gets Diffusal Blade, going to be a great item to use against a lot of the Dire heroes. The mana drain alone is going to be fabulous. She's got to be careful with their Illusions die, and they're going to die immediately. They take 500% bonus damage, which means 1 AoE at all. We're talking like an Avalanche, we're talking a Puck Nuke. Those illusions will die, so her Diffusal Blade won't pay off for a while. Maybe Vanguard would be the better choice, it's hard to say, but at least for now she's opting for damage. It'll be better for farming jungle at least, so that's another thing. Now Worth is looking really good for Dignitas actually. They're spread out quite evenly. I'm actually surprised the gold graph looks even. As you can see, the difference is only about 500 gold, but I mean up here, unless they have some items on courier, let me double check. Nothing on this courier, and nothing really on this courier. So I guess this is accurate. Naga Siren's in the lead. She's almost got a Diffusal Blade. Beastmaster is doing pretty well. Tiny's doing well, and as is Puck. So 3 of Dignitas' core heroes are doing great. Whereas this can't be right. I think it's because she's disconnected. I'm sorry. That's why. Luna's going to be a lot higher than this. 750 is not accurate. That's her gold in the bank. So we'll see that update in a bit when she reconnects. But her items are not bad either. She's going straight BKB. She has died a lot, though. 5 deaths. And that's mostly due to Dignitas having a great early laning setup. Their laning choices were excellent. They had some trouble once Fnatic reacted to them, but I think they're still doing okay. He's back in chat, so he'll be reconnected in just a second. Looks like they are ready to go. See if anybody TPs this tower. Great Wisp items, by the way. You want a lot of burst regen if possible. Very good for your allies. Tiny Amir, 500 gold. Misses his last hit. I think... Oh, Tide's actually got that one, so no big deal. And the top tower will go... Actually, he's shifting, so will they defend this? I Like, Puck's ready. Wow, they actually all just backed off heavily there. Tiny's thing about TPing, that's why. They're like, oh, wait. Let's kill Luna. There's the ulti. Here comes initiation. They don't even have to try with this. Avalanche toss, easiest kill ever. I mean, this is a great coordination there. And that's the scary thing about Wisp as well as Tiny. I mean, it's so hard to shut down. Wisp is going to go back up to the top lane. There he is. But, man, it's so rough to play a squishy hero against this combo. And if you're Tiny and your Wisp do at all decent in early farm, you just run into this problem. Here's his Blade of Alacrity, so he's going to be sitting on Negative Scepter. He's got all the attack speed he needs from Treads as well as the Wisp. Doesn't need to buy a Yasha. Doesn't need to buy a Drum. That means he's going to carry earlier. I don't know his overcharge level. It's just a level 1 still. Probably 3 levels of tether at the moment. Yeah, 3 tethers, 4 wisps, or spirits, sorry, and 1 overcharge. Spots an illusion rune. See if he lets somebody else have that. Does anybody else have a bottle? AOI does not. And now the equal... Oh, nice. He picks up a Quelling Blade. Interesting. Late Quelling Blade pickup. Now, this does give him a lot of AoE damage. I don't know if this is applied or not. I don't know if this increases his cleave damage. I don't believe it does. Cleave should be based off of your damage. So, but regardless, it gives him a lot higher farming rate, especially with his 215 here. His attack speed is not bad, and yeah, they will very easily take out the Ancients. So AOI's farm from here on out should be going up, and there's the net worth, by the way. Luna's actually not sitting quite as high as I thought she would be. Sitting about, like, what, 6th or something? Not very good farm. One hero is going to be made. This is actually Naga Avalanche going to whiff. And she ultis this. They want to fight this. He just leaves Tides. They should do this. Just let him go. All of these ultis for just a Wisp is not a big loss there. Tides is going to accept his fate. There's a dual breath. Easy kill. Luna takes the last hit. Really lucky that AOI actually got out of there in time. He saw it coming. As soon as he misses Avalanche, he got out. That was the right choice. Only a Wisp dead, 23 seconds on cooldown. They could try to fight this. Brewmaster is enough for a Blink Dagger now, which I'm sure he's going to want to get. But with only losing a crappy support hero like that, I don't think they're too concerned. It is going to be a Necro on Brewmaster, or Beastmaster, sorry, after the mech. He gets every last hit. 3 deaths on him. I'm not really sure what AOI is going to get after this, though. Could still be a Manta style. I don't think it would be a bad thing to grab the Yasha. His attack speed is okay right now, but not that fantastic. So we'll see. Another gank coming. Oh, it's on illusion, though. They don't realize. Maybe they're just farming. Just farming. And now he's like, okay. They tricked him. Or at least trick Tides. It's going to send them back. So they go back to the jungle and they're going to farm some more. So, small mistake there. Way too sexy. Need some solo farm. Level 11. Great skill points. And I love that Enfeeble's actually maxed out second. I think this is about time this started happening regularly. I mean, Nightmare's already very effective at level 1. It's obviously great to have more levels of this. And a lot of players in the past have just favored stats over Enfeeble. But, I mean, it's 120 damage. And you can keep that up on 2 heroes in a team fight. So we're talking Naga Siren primary. And maybe a hero like Brewmaster. Or Luna even. I mean, look at her damage reduction. If you reduce her damage by 120, she's only hitting for like 30 damage. That's, congratulations. That's going to Moonglaive. It's going to Moonglaive for a whole 10. So, until she gets... I think this might go through BKB as well, actually. So, that could be very fantastic. No BKB recipe just yet, so she's really far behind in farm. Having a rough game. Regardless, Naga Siren has a Diffuse Blade and a Vitality Booster, so she'll probably go Heart immediately after this. Has Mana Drain on top of that. And the rest of the raiding team just farming things up. Net worth is still up for Tiny. Has he bought anything new? It's a crit. Wow, he's going to go first item Daedalus right after Aghanim's. Now, the really scary thing about this, guys, is that it's so fast. You're getting to that item so fast. This is why I got the Quelling as well. You can just crit really hard and... just going to crit and kill the whole wave, basically. His pushing is insane. Beastmaster finds a DD. He's going back to the jungle. The reason this is scary is because normally we do see a crit on a late game Tiny, but he can shave that all off just by going straight Aghanim's Treads into crit. Normally you see a Yasha, you see a Drum. That's a lot of money. That's like, what, 4,000 gold spent on a Yasha and a Drum, which he can get essentially all of that utility just from having Tether as well as Overcharge. He gets all the attack speed and he gets all the movement speed. So you can basically get that insanely scary Tiny much, much earlier in the game. And I expect it will be Daedalus first. Daedalus plus Aghanim's gives him all the crit. I mean, if he just crits well, if he crits for like 800 and it cleaves, It's a lot of dead heroes. At least a lot of heroes taking way too much damage. Throw that on top of Avalanche Toss, and we're talking good stuff. They're TPing and they're going to fight this. They're going in. Avalanche hits Derp. Lots of sentries. Brain Sap as well, and he gets killed immediately there. His Spiked Carapace is actually on cooldown there. Little creep toss on top of the Luna. He's running for his life. Pops the drum. One of the fastest heroes. Actually, the fastest hero in the game, I believe. Fogged might be blinking on this one. He's looking for target. Grabs one. It's going to be Rolo. Rolo breaks tether. Takes a nuke as well. Will we see follow-up? And no, he's actually going to survive here. So Fogged wasted his ulti a slight amount. Wisp going back. So no engagement just yet. They'll go back to farm now. Don't want to waste too much from their ultis. Attack speed's still solid. And AUI is getting closer to his Daedalus. Bunch of illusions top. And how's Naga doing, by the way? 3,200 gold. Wow, she's going to have heart very, very soon. So things are looking great for her. Blink Dagger is purchased by Bane. Solid choice. He can reach with that. His HP is still a little weak, but all it takes is good positioning and a Fiend's Grip, and you're going to set up the fight very well. Some counter push here, but this tower is still going to go down no matter what. 4 levels of Lunar Blessing is going to help that. 38 damage to everybody on his team. Just insane damage output. And I also like the Cloak a lot. Brewmaster just needs to get his ulti off, and they have so many stuns on Dignitas. Most importantly, they have Fiend's Grip and they have Roar, that he might have trouble with that. But if he gets the Cloak, I mean, resists all of that new damage that he'd have to worry about. In the meantime, Dignitas is trading towers. DD on Snake King. AOI 2000 going for the top tower. And will they trade two tier 2s for 1 tier 2? They're going to try to take it. Alright, mid tower goes down. We'll see Snake King. Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Big mistake from him. Tier 2 tower top gets killed. AOI can teleport. Wisp is going to have to bring back the Beastmaster, I think. Will he do it? I mean, they're losing Rax right now. What is going on? There's this Manta split. They're still waiting. Oh, man. Drops the TP scroll. Okay, gives it to Brewmaster. Here comes the fight. Naga's going to ulti this. They have lost the tier 3 tower. They're all lined up. There's the BKB. Here comes the Eclipse. This is not looking good for Dignitas. All 3 were together. Look at the damage output. AUI is right-clicking it, but he lost all of his attack speed there. Man, look at that mistake. They all were right on top of each other. They didn't even need a vacuum. There's the Avalanche Toss. Gets it. Throws him up in the air. Tide's in trouble. Is taking some right-click. Rest of the fight's not done yet. We have seen Aurora already. Fire Panda's down. And the blink forward. Toss. It's going to give him a second. Axes. And they'll sight him. Nice clap, but Avalanche will get him for sure. Maybe not. Mini stun. Not over yet. Another toss. And a tether any second there. And they're just going to right-click him. Easy kill. They did lose their tier 3 towers. So they traded 2 tier 2s for tier 3 and a tier 2. Slight mistake from Dignitas to get caught like that. Mostly the fault of Beastmaster, though, I think. And regardless, they did win a team fight, and they can take an Aegis from this. He'll be buying his Demon Edge very shortly. Critting for about 600 right now. 2 levels of overcharge. And the Radiant team can't stop. That's hard. It's finished on Naga Siren, though, so huge tankiness. See, Tobacco trying to catch up as well, taking some Ancients to save a Yasha. No, it's an Ultimate Orb, actually. Probably is going to still be a Manta style, most likely. Kind of curious to see him go in BKB first, but he is really far behind, so it kind of makes sense. And a big stack, actually, from the Ancient camps. I'm just going to give AUI 2000 his Demon Edge for sure, or his Crystallis. And double Necro and a Daedalus. Okay, yep. Used to be called a Bruiza Dokiana, something like that. I don't know. Fog going back to base. And here comes Demon Edge and Daedalus. Alright, so AOI now going to be critting for 270% of his normal damage. He's hitting for just about 350. Let's see what he's going to be critting for. Come on, crit! Chant with me, people. It's the only way it'll happen. His survivability is not super high. He's only got 5 armor with 3 base sigil, or 3 base armors. Critting for 1200. Pretty good stuff. His attack speed's still pretty meager, but with the overcharge, it'll be great. 1700 gold on Wisp. I wish he would spend his money. I'm not really sure what he's saving this up for. Maybe a buyback, possibly, but maybe some kind of regen item would be the way to go. AUI 2000 might need the same thing, some kind of attack speed item. AC, I think, would be the best option he could get. Obviously, Yasha is great and all, but I think the Manta style would be solid. Beastmaster, Pones, Jakiro. Oh yeah, that was right here, sorry. A little bit of Roar. Didn't even use the Necro 3, actually. Bane helping out with that one, and no Fiend's Grip either. Will Fnatic get caught is the question. Bane blinks in, goes invis. Sentry, oh, doesn't catch it. There's the TPs. They're all over this, but oh man, Luna's gonna pop her ulti. So many creeps though, doesn't even matter. Look at the right clicks. Wow, we actually saw Bane almost die. They're gonna follow this up. They're pretty darn grouped up, but can they get there in time? Who's not here? It's Brewmaster. There's the split. Wisp actually pulls him back just in time. Axe is on 2, and Derp is low. Bane gets killed. More right clicks though. He wants to kill. Might get it. They go in. There's the clap. We'll even ulti this. I don't even think he needs to. There's the slow on Fogged. Fog trying to fight, but he's in trouble now. Nice orb out. He will survive this one. And the blink away as well now. In the meantime, well, look what they're doing. They're just taking the top racks. Tower goes down, and they will walk away.
Tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
So tier 3 tower gets killed in that. Pretty solid gank. Oh yes, I love these wards. These are the best. Avalanche on Whitebeard. He actually doesn't even have mana to split off. This is really bad for him. Roar on the Naga to try to stop this. The right clicks, they're going to keep missing. Oh my gosh, can he get him? Tether stun, anything? Whitebeard, will they grab him? He's so close to having mana. Gets killed regardless. There's a toss now on top of the Naga. 1, 2, 3 hits. Gets him with the crit. 980 Avalanche. AUI's not done yet. There's a Tether. A little attack speed. Tether stun on 2. The crit hits 2. Toss as well. Can they get them all? Oh my god, this build is working out so well. Jakiro's going to TP out regardless. We do see Tides with absolutely no mana. That's going to limit the attack speed a bit, but the slow right clicks of AUI are surprisingly going to be enough. 3 dead heroes and they go high ground. Buyback from Brewmaster. He wants to fight this. There's the blink out. Blinks to high. Wasting the Avalanche at least, but they don't care. More mischance on the Tiny now. Pretty big mischance, I might say. What is this? 65, pretty solid stuff. Mid tower goes down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Melee barracks taking right click. They're trying to take 2 towers, by the way. Look at the attack speed of that melee creep. Oh my god, he goes in. Gonna split off. Probably gonna focus towards way too sexy. And look at the damage output. It's insane here. Little Cyclone Nightmares himself as well. He will regardless die. Top racks. Can they get him? Melee barracks goes down. Derp gonna spread this up for just a second. Net on Tides. Tides looks really dead here. TP from AUI. He'll escape from that one. Had Aegis up, but didn't really care a whole lot. Boar's going to slow this down, but Snaking might be in trouble. Actually, Naga's ulti running out for just a second. There's the Roar. Here comes the TP. Did they waste it all? Nope. Impale's going to get it. So they take... Wow, that was a double barracks. They took melee mid barracks and melee top barracks. Those are the ones to take. It's going to push the wave the most extreme. See that reflected in just a second here. There it is. Large creeps coming from the top lane. Now Fnatic's going to try to turn this into a push. I think, yeah, Aegis is way gone. It's still on the Tiny, but this is their only moment, really, for a while to try to take some return fire from Rex. They don't have a whole lot of time left in the game. Losing double racks like that. AOI goes in. Fogged actually with a BKB. There's a toss to kill Nyx immediately. Oh my god, that crit. That was like a double crit here. BKB, man, he is just slowly right-clicking it. Smurf, you look dead. Smurf is going to die. 1,000 crit. And they just held everything there. They didn't care. Were there buybacks? I don't even know. Buybacks from Brewmaster. Buybacks from a couple heroes. Whitebeard being chased. There's the TP from Rolo. Avalanche is going to stop him for sure. We will see Jakiro die. And Whitebeard might also die. Blink into. There's the TP. Damage comes through. He blinks out just in time. That was a sick blink. I think he's going to be okay here. They do see him, but he's going to have another blink in 5. So, that is it. Fortunately for them, the spirits weren't quite close enough to set off the blink dagger. Nagasar, no new items for him. 1,000 gold. Let's check the graphs. 10,000 gold advantage now for Dignitas. Fnatic is very, very far behind. EXP is actually 15k. Looking better, but still... Man, with the BKB up on Tiny, man. Oh god, that crit. There's no trouble at all. Somebody's got a Vlad's as well. Vlad's so good for Tiny. Who's got that Vlad's? Is that Wisp? It is Wisp, actually. Here comes the initiation. They need to win this team fight. 14 seconds left on Brewmaster ulti. They're going to buy some time. He's going on snaking, actually. BKB's popped. AUI doesn't care. He's fighting things. Oh my gosh, the crit. Goes right through Luna. There's the counter. Oh my gosh. AUI just cleaving to victory. Weak crits on Jakiro, surprisingly. There's the toss, and that is it. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't a crit. The number just looked huge for some reason, and that's a good game. Game 1 is going to be won by Dignitas. Things were looking really solid for Fnatic in the mid game, but all of a sudden he got a Daedalus, and that just ended things. And I love how he shifted his item build just a little bit more towards the early game. Daedalus, Aghanims with the treads, skip the Yasha, skip the drum. Didn't need to be as reliant on that attack speed since he had a Wisp. So Tier 4 towers will go down to Aegis. I'm sorry, the Ancient will be shortly afterwards. And Fnatic is going to lick their wounds and come back for game 2. See if they can end up taking the win against Dignitas. I think they definitely still have a shot. They played excellent. But can they take the win? They need to win 2 games after this, and it's going to be really hard coming back from a 2-game deficit. So Dignitas gets the win for game 1. My name is Purge, guys. Go follow me on Facebook or Twitter at Purge Gamers. We'll be back in a second with game 2 of Dignitas versus Fnatic.